And we are live. Oops, wrong button. What's going on? It's Chris and Will from LifterLMS, and you know what day it is? It's Feature Friday. I was on a call yesterday with somebody who had a large base of content, kind of old school style, and they're looking to transition to a online learning management system. And they wanted to organize all the content, and they wanted to make use of templates so that they end up creating a really standard look and feel, and encourage all the creators and all the people working on the website to have a unified approach to creating really rich lesson content that's more than just a video. So in today's Feature Friday, we're going to look at how to create a lesson content template that you can use over and over again. You can change it later if you want, but using templates is a very powerful concept with WordPress, but not just like templating your whole site, but let's look at the lesson content area and how we can create a rich multimedia lesson content template. Over to you, Will.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Chris. Let me pull up my demo site here. If I share a screen, boom. So yeah, like Chris mentioned, we're going to talk about how you can create a template for your lesson content. And in WordPress and LifterLMS, template can mean a few different things, especially if you're using the SkyPilot theme. You might be used to creating a template in the site editor where you add in your content area into your template for your lesson. It's a block that's just called content. But what we're going to break into is how you can actually modify and create a little sort of a sub template, a template you can use inside of your area there. So if I go to a lesson template real quick, so single lesson. So for example, just to show you what I'm talking about, when we usually refer to template in the full site editing framework, what we're talking about is this in the full site editor, where we have our lesson outline basically. But this content block, we can't really customize what's inside of the content block from here. So what we're going to do is head back out to our a WordPress admin. We're going to go into one of our lessons, and I'm going to style a lesson to work the way I want it to. And we'll be able to reuse this template multiple times. So I'm just going to create a new lesson so I can start from scratch here at the bottom. And this will be a framework that I can use where I can have a video in each of my lessons. I'll include like a PDF resource in each of my lessons. I'll include like a page break in my lessons. And so we'll be able to include whatever we want inside of this lesson content template. So starting here, fresh lesson with LifterLMS, and we're in the block editor. So what I'm going to do is add probably a column block. I like to embed a lot of my stuff in columns because then I can really, even if it's a single 100% width column, because then I can customize some settings over here on the right regarding background color, all kinds of things if I want to. So I'm going to put my column probably above the mark complete button. Let me open my lesson navigation. We'll put that up there. This is where I'll embed my video. So let's imagine I have a video in each of my lessons. I'm going to put a video right there. I'll insert from URL, and I need to go grab my URL, paste in. It looks like my screen is a bit locked up. Let's see. Insert from URL. My box is really small. Does that work? There we go. Cool. So we got my video inserted, but I'm also going to want to include some other things. I'm going to include a lesson resource. So if I have a PDF, I could do that. So I'm going to duplicate my column here. So I've got two videos now, but in this column, I don't want my YouTube video. I'm going to delete that one. And instead, we'll put in my PDF download. So for a PDF download, what I would probably do is a buttons block. So this will be download the resource. The PDF resource. And then what I can do is upload to my media library. I'll just open in a new tab, my media library. So how we embed a PDF in a LifterLMS lesson would be to upload our PDF to the media library. Add new media file up here at the top. And then I'm just going to drag and drop from my desktop into the media library here. It'll take a second to upload. And then once that's done, I have my slides PDF uploaded here, and I can copy the URL, and your media library might look probably more something like this. And so when I click on slides PDF, every item in the URL in the media library has a URL. So we'll copy the URL to clipboard, go back over to my lesson, and that's the URL that we're going to put in our button so that people can access that. And I'm going to have it open in a new tab so it doesn't open in the same tab there. Let's update the lesson. Then the last thing I want to add would probably be like a lesson description. And so what I would do is go below this column, or maybe under the Mark Complete button, we'll add a column. And then we'll add maybe like a lesson description. I'll put in a heading block, lesson description. And then here's the text for description. And let's see what that looks like. Awesome. So I've got my 3 columns laid out here. This one should actually go above the Mark Complete button. So we've got a video, we've got a PDF resource, we've got a lesson description, and you could add really anything you wanted to inside of this lesson template. But let's assume that I'm happy with my lesson template for now. I'm going to update this. And what I would do is add all of these 3 columns into a group. And then I would add this to I'd create a pattern out of it. This would be called my lesson template to make building faster. So now that I've put together a layout for how I want to build all my lessons, I'm going to create this as a pattern. We'll create that. And the nice thing about this is I can change this if I wanted to maybe insert a page break as an example. If I wanted my video on the first page, my resource on the second page, and my description on the third page, and maybe a 4th page for the Mark Complete button, I could do that. I'll just do 3 pages. So what I'll do is in this column, or in between this column, we'll do a page break. Page break should be maybe page break. So the page break block, this one is really useful for having a little bit of a broken up layout if you wanted to. Can I put my page break in my actual columns here? Let's see. Do I have to put it like down here? I might need to rework how I do this with my group. So if I were to, we'll just do that for now. So I have my, let me open this up. I guess that's fine. I won't do a demo of page breaks for now, but page breaks are nice where you can break it out. I'd have to like remove my pattern, go into each of my columns, put in a page break block, because the page break actually creates a page 1, page 2, page 3 inside your lesson. So it's a little more complex where I'd have to take apart my pattern, put my page break between my columns, and then recreate my synced pattern. But that's a cool feature you might want to leverage if you have a lot of content in your lesson template. But for now, I'll just leave it as it is. If I view my lesson, I can see I've got my template created with video, PDF, and description. And so now if I want to create a new lesson, I can use the template that I just created. So back to my course builder, if I create a new lesson with template, give that a second to save in the course builder. And there it goes. So now I can edit my new lesson that I want to add this template to. Because I've already laid out my video, my PDF, and all this stuff, I don't have to rebuild everything that I just built. If you weren't using a pattern, you'd have to go embed another video, embed another lesson description, embed all this stuff again. But since I created a pattern, when I click the plus button at the top, I can go to patterns, and I can go to my patterns, and I have lesson template to make building faster as one of my options. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to insert over here, and so it's already pre-laid out for me. But what I want to make sure to do now that I have my lesson template inserted is we want to change this or we want to detach the pattern. Because if we were to make a change here, if I were to update this video to be the new video for this lesson, it would update because it's a synced pattern. It would update in the old lesson too. We don't want the same video in all of our lessons. So we just need to make sure to detach the pattern now that it's added. And now that it's detached, we can make changes that would only affect this lesson. So it's a shortcut, a template to be able to create and design lessons quickly based on something that you've pre-designed in LifterLMS. And you could add in anything you want. You could add in page breaks. You could add in multiple videos. You could add in multiple downloads. You could add in anything you can embed in WordPress. You could add to your template and then use that to create more lessons. But I guess, Chris, does that create a good kind of outline for how to create templates in LifterLMS for your lesson content?
Absolutely. So these patterns are very helpful, and you can use them anywhere on your website. So for example, if at the bottom of certain pages of your website, you want to put a opt-in form for a lead magnet or an ebook or something like that, you can just create the pattern, use it over and over again. And like you said, detach it if you are going to be like, you want to use the pattern structure, but then put unique content into it on different pages. It's a very powerful way to accelerate your website building speed and also keep the look and feel consistent across all of your content. So thanks for the demo, Will. That's it for this episode of Feature Friday. Be sure to subscribe to the LifterLMS YouTube channel, smash the like button, drop a comment. Wherever you're watching this, let us know what video you'd like for us to make for you next Friday. And I hope you have a great rest of your Friday and weekend. Take care.